What's up, people? This is Nature Girl 30 here, and before I actually get into this video, I just want to pretty much talk about the last video that I just uploaded, the top 10 world heavyweight champions of all time. I love the enthusiasm of everybody that have left their comments, as well as, well, I have one video response so far, but that was already done. What I meant by the actual world heavyweight list was what Vince Kid sent me is I actually just did the world heavyweight title holders, period. Like, I did not do the TNA, the TNA world title, I did not do the ROH world title, I did not do any kind of world title that had a brand attached to it. I did the world heavyweight title belt. Now, I know a lot of people, I know there was like one person on my comments that were kind of pissed off about the entire list. So like I said, it's my list. If you think that you can do something better, write yourself your own list and shoot. I want to know what it is. I'm curious. So send a video response. I am all for it. So it was just for that reason. It was for only world heavyweight title holders only. For those that have argued, why didn't you have Hulk Hogan on there? Why didn't you have Stone Cold or The Rock? From the research that I have done, these guys did not hold a world title belt. They hold the brand belt. Hulk Hogan held the brand belt. He held the WWF title. He never held the world title because the world title was with WCW. And just when WCW met its demise, they took the belt and brought it over, hence the Undisputed Championship. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing, and I just wanted to kind of clear that whole thing up. But this video is pretty much for not only my Smackdown thoughts, this is pretty much also for the Survivor Series, my Survivor Series predictions. So I'm going to go into real quick, I'm going to go into my overall thoughts on SmackDown. Now, I did watch the entire show just now, so the one thing I can definitely say is that there's a lot of hinting of a heel turn with Randy Orton, and a face turn has already been... Well, actually, right now, The Miz is a tweener. He's not entirely a full-fledged face, he's kind of a tweener. The same thing with Randy Orton, he's a tweener as well. He's still a face, but he's kind of merging to a heel. But if The Miz actually turns face, that means Randy Orton has to go heel, which is pretty much the best fit for Randy Orton. I'm really hoping that The Miz's character will actually stay kind of the way it is, not as a tweener, but I really feel like he'll be a better anti-hero than a tweener because he's great as a heel, and I think the all-natural heels should be anti-heroes because they don't have to straddle that line. I mean, they don't have any boundaries, they don't have any limits of actually being a face. When you're a face, you have limits. When you're a villain or a heel, you don't have limits. When you're an anti-hero, there's no line that you can't cross. So I think he'll be better as anti-hero, but as face, they can have him as a full-fledged face, which is something I'm really not thrilled about. But it may not be all that bad. But as for the matches themselves, they really aren't all that bad. They never are bad. They're actually really, really good. Here's the problem that is going on with SmackDown right now. The biggest problem with SmackDown right now happens to be the storylines. The storylines are stale. They are boring. The whole build for Survivor Series was mediocre. They really need to work on that. Seriously, they really need to. And if they actually are able to create an external storyline to the internal storyline inside the ring and merge it together, it will really benefit the characters better. It will really make you more invested into who these guys really are. And it won't make it seem like such a waste for these guys to come out and literally break in their bones and their bodies every night to entertain the masses. It will be more benefit for them because it'll feel like they have a purpose of what they're doing. But that's just me. That's how I feel about the whole thing. But overall, SmackDown, the segments, I don't really care much for the whole Team Ziggler and Team Foley thing. I just think it was all thrown together. Thanks to Vince McMahon. He kind of put it on his ear. He kind of turned the whole thing around. And don't get me wrong, I loved the twist. I loved the twist that he had, but I thought the twist had a plan to it. It seemed like he just threw it out there, but didn't have any other ideas behind it. Like he didn't have a backup plan. And don't get me wrong, if you have a twist on something and you want to use it, fine, go right ahead. But for crying out loud, if you don't have a backup plan, don't throw it out there until you have the thing already planned out before you throw out the twist. But, that is my overall thoughts about SmackDown altogether. Now, let's go into the Survivor Series, which I really don't care much about. There are 5 matches total on the card, 4 championship matches and 1 standalone. So let's go into the standalone. The standalone match is going to be on YouTube. It's a dark match between 3 and B, the biggest joke ever, in my opinion, versus Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel. Now, like I said, I didn't really say it yet, but anyway, what I mean is, I really don't care much about this match. I have tried to care because I really do admire the fact that they have more people out there, more new faces from the mid-card out there. And the fact that 3 and B is out there, as well as Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel, they need to put on one great match, because even if one of them lose, they still look good in the meantime. They still won't look weak, and they'll probably have more shots of being on the air a lot more if they can pull this off. For 3 and B, they're a whole new faction that just came together. It's considered a joke. They need to be taken seriously more. So if they're able to really make a great match out of this, even though it's on YouTube, this will benefit them greatly. So as for the winner, I don't really care, but as a whole, I would like it to be a win-win situation with these guys. I am hoping that one will be able to, even if one loses, I'm hoping that one will remain strong while the other person gets put over. Either or, they'll still be noticed. That's how I feel about it. Okay, let's move on to the Divas Championship match, shall we? Eve versus Caitlyn. Okay, do I really care? No, I don't care about this at all. I really don't. Because they really have had absolutely no build or any storylines or nothing building up to this championship match. Caitlyn has been pushed a little bit to be in the Divas title running before this ridiculous storyline of who wore the blonde wig and who did the whole Nancy Kerrigan thing, and I don't know. I don't care. But let's face it, Caitlyn has the bigger push more so than Eve. And with Eve being a true heel, and she is a pretty good heel diva, I have to say that Caitlyn's going to probably take the belt from her. So she's going to be my choice to win. Alright, moving on to the U.S. title match with Antonio Cesaro versus R-Truth. I would really like to see R-Truth actually win the U.S. title, to be honest with you. I really would love this. Because he really hasn't had a belt since the tag team champions. So, honestly, I would really love to actually see R-Truth take this title away from Antonio Cesaro, because let's face it, he needs it more. And I think it's going to really be a great match. So my choice is going to be R-Truth. Moving on from there to, good grief, something that was supposed to be the main event, but now isn't. The traditional Survivor Series match with Team Ziggler versus Team Foley. Yeah, this is one big hodgepodge with a mess. But honestly, it's really difficult to tell who's the faces and who's the heels for this team. There's more heels on, there's all heels on Ziggler's team, and then there's heels on Foley's team. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of heel turns and twists and maneuvers and all roller coasters, all which way going on in that match. So it's kind of difficult to say who the winner is. And I really do hope that it will be the heels, because I just want something different. But I really don't care who actually wins this match. So let's move on from there. It's going to be y'all's choice. Whoever you think is going to win, leave your comment in the comment section below. Well, below. But anyway. Moving on from there. The World Heavyweight Championship match with Sheamus versus The Big Show. With all the promotion that they've had, all the push they've had behind Sheamus after what Big Show did to William Regal when they were in England, I really do feel that Sheamus is going to take the belt away from The Big Show. Do I really want him to? No, because it's unrealistic. The guy's a freaking giant. I mean, seriously. They put on one great match for this past pay-per-view. But I really don't feel that Sheamus has enough to actually take him out. I don't. I really don't. But I wouldn't be surprised they booked him to win for this time in the Survivor Series. So I really wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But anyway, let's move on from there. The main event match of the night. How did we get here? Seriously, how do we get to this? The WWE Championship with CM Punk and John Cena, and Ryback. Good grief. Do I really feel that John Cena is going to take the belt back? No. He doesn't have a shot in the dark. The guy's completely been thrown into every single storyline in any kind of mix. Even when he was freaking injured, he never really took a month off. And they keep throwing him into stuff just to have him on the air because he's the biggest moneymaker. So do I really feel that he's going to take the title away from CM Punk? No. Because it won't be retribution for Ryback. Ryback got screwed when he was in Atlanta. Come on now. He got screwed at Hell in a Cell. It will be a perfect Just Desserts storyline for him if he actually does take the belt away from CM Punk. And then somehow, in some way, John Cena ends up facing Ryback for the belt. But then, let's face it, the Royal Rumble is going to be next. The Rock is going to be there. And The Rock is going to want... Well, actually, The Rock is gearing towards the World Heavyweight title. He's not gearing towards the WWE title. So, all in all, it can go either way. Sheamus can actually take it from CM Punk. Or John Cena can take it from CM Punk and actually start the feud with Ryback. It can go either way. Because The Rock is going towards the World Heavyweight title. Not the WWE title. Not the brand belt. He's going towards the World belt. And who is the world holder right now? Either The Big Show or Sheamus. But it really wouldn't make any sense for The Rock to actually go towards the brand belt because he's already had the brand belt. Well, actually, no, he hasn't had it yet. But either or, it can go either way. If John Cena wins, that means it's going to be John Cena versus The Rock 2, 3, 4, whatever at the Royal Rumble. Because he said he was going to, The Rock was going to face the winner. And more than likely, we all thought it was going to be CM Punk versus The Rock. Well, actually, I thought he was going to go towards the world title. But anyway, the thing about it is that The Rock is going to probably go towards John Cena. It's going to be John Cena and The Rock too. So if John Cena wins, he's going to be facing The Rock. If Ryback wins, that will be interesting. And I hope that he actually does. But anyway, enough rambling on for one day. That is my views on not only the Survivor Series, but also on Smackdown itself. Leave your comments in the comment section below or send me a video response. I am all for that. Am I going to see Survivor Series? I really don't know. I don't think it's worth buying because it's just so thrown together. What's the point of paying $54 to actually see this crap? Like seriously, it's not. I'd rather wait till Raw. It's not really a big deal for me. But if I actually do see it, I may live stream it, and then I'm also going to do a review. I might. I don't know. But if I don't do one on Sunday, you'll hear from me on Monday on my Raw review. So, till then, peace out. Nature Girl 30. See ya.